Hey, what's going on? It's your boy, Mr. Locario, and I got an email from a subscriber, and the subscriber sent a donation, so thanks for your donation. And remember, if you want to guarantee that your question will be answered, make sure you click the link below and send a donation. So this subscriber sent me an email a while ago, and I did a video about it called The Dangers of Putting Pressure on Men to Commit. And so in that, video, the lady she sent the email, she's talking about this guy she met and they've been sort of dating. She was really feeling him, but it seems like he wasn't all the way he wasn't all the way there. And she was wondering what's really going on and all that stuff, right? So this is her next email about the same sort of situation. So I'm going to read this and I'm going to get into what's going on here, right? So this one says, since my last email, my friend, I will call him John has been calling me on a regular basis. Good morning text, afternoon phone calls, sometimes later that night one of us calls the other, so we keep in touch although he lives in New Jersey and I'm in Queens. I had him over my house for the weekend and it was pure magic, at least for me. We connected on the mental level, we blew the roof off on a physical level. We enjoy each other's company. Only problem for me is that I'm falling in love. John spends most of his time out of the bedroom watching TV. We eat, we laugh, we talk. I have noticed that he doesn't return my affections outside the bedroom. He also never exposes his feelings. For example, I send him a Halloween text saying, "Hey, got any candy?" He replied, "I hate Halloween." This is an ongoing problem. He never is giving me Ego cookies. He also does not make plans with me until very late in the week. I am a musician. I have hundreds of musical shows I get invited to, so I need to support. I need the support. I try to attend the shows when I can. So John is on his own all week long, telling me he has his family around, a father that needs help, a mother that comes up to visit. He said he was shocked that I was still on the dating site. As you can tell, when a person is logged in, the little green light indicates that they're on. I hadn't paid much attention to it, but I decided to close my account. He said he closed his account. About a week later, I noticed he was still cruising the ads. It hurt me a little. I asked him if he was sleeping with other people. He said no. Then I said, "Are you looking for something else? If so, you should just go for it and I can back off." He got all like, "What are you talking about?" Didn't really want to discuss it. So I decided to sign on again too. So many men contact me. Some are really fine. It fills the void when I don't hear from John. Waking up to men saying, "Good morning, beautiful." The reason I do this is for one reason alone. It satisfies a need for attention. I have not dated anyone, and I'm usually pining over here, waiting for John to make plans with me for the weekend. So as soon as I hear from John, my playtime online is over. I am pretty intuitive. I can feel the bullshit. So today I signed online using a fake profile of a woman with a picture of someone I knew would be his type. I just got it from the internet. Sure enough, 10 minutes later, after telling me his mother was here from Florida for a funeral this week, 10 fucking minutes later, there he was all over this chick. He said, "You look good." He actually asked her out for Friday night. I had her ask him what he was looking for. He replied, connection, dating, friendship, and sex. I didn't really answer him as the other women, so it was funny how he signed offline and called me. I didn't pick up the phone because I'm confused. Yes, I committed the act of talking to other men out of boredom and needing to relate, but John was the one for me. So I have a few choices. I can never speak to him again, make the date and let him go in search of the mystery woman, make the date and show up as me, tell him what an asshole he is. Bottom line is, I think you should share this with your male audience. The internet is so available to get this information. What do I want? Why do I want him in my life? I'm not sure anymore. Great sex, which I interpreted as a connection of body and soul, not true. I can't say that I get much from him. All right, so this is the thing. Again, when you're dealing with these guys, and I said this in the last video, when you're dating men, right? You're supposed to just date and have fun in the situations that you're in with the guy. See, what you're doing is, again, you're still basically applying pressure, and part of it is this, is that, you and him aren't really together. You guys are just sort of seeing each other. You're dating. So, there hasn't really been, or, from my knowledge of what I've been reading with this email and the last email, there hasn't been any, talk of you and him being together. Because if you guys are going to be together and be monogamous, there wouldn't be no discussion about, hey, are you still on the dating side and what's going on with this and what's going on with that. So you guys are sort of almost acting like, a couple in a committed monogamous relationship, but you're not really in a committed monogamous relationship. And so that's going to cause a little bit of friction because you're expecting him to date you or sort of like interact with you as if you guys are boyfriend and girlfriend. But since you guys are not boyfriend and girlfriend, he's going to, of course, probably talk to other girls, flirt with other girls, and do these other things on the side. The reason why he's telling you that he's not doing these things on the side, or he's not talking to other girls, or he's not going to go on the side or whatever it is like that, is because he knows how much you're into him, and he's probably into you also. Like, he's into you to the point where he's, there at this point to, interact with you, and he likes you to a certain extent. Because if a guy totally doesn't like you, or he's totally not feeling you, he's not going to come over, hang out with you, have sex with you, eat and laugh and chill and do all this other stuff. You understand? So he does like you. The thing is that what you're trying to get from him is most likely not going to happen because you keep making it a big deal. You keep making it an issue to the point where you're even making fake profiles and trying to, get at him in that way. You see what I'm saying? So the thing is this. If you really want this guy, like seriously, if you really want something to go down with this guy, you have to basically interact with him in a way where he feels free. Because right now he doesn't feel free. So he probably likes the sex and he likes, hanging out with you and all of that. But at the same time, he probably still feels that, that little bit of pressure. He's like, oh, like I'm trying to, I feel like I can't really just be free to be myself around her, because if I do go on the site and want to see another woman, she's going to be upset about that. But see, you want him to not want to see other women. You want him to only be focused on you. You see what I mean? Now, the thing is that for what you got to understand is, what a lot of women have got to understand is that in order for a man to focus on you or for that to happen, he has to want to do that. He has to have that desire to do that. Now, sometimes that desire to do that happens, like right now, it happens instantaneously, and sometimes it takes time. So in your situation, if he were to get there, it's a situation where it's going to take time. But see, it's not going to ever get there if you keep acting like, you are, like, oh my goodness, what are you going? Who are you seeing? Why are you doing this? Why are you doing that? Because all that's going to happen is you're going to push him away, sooner than later. And he's just going to keep lying to you and tiptoeing around certain things just to, so that he can, be free to do what he feels like he needs to do right now. So if he wants to go on the site and he wants to talk to other women and he wants to date other girls, you're going to have to let that go and let him do him. You got to let him do his thing. You understand? Because he's going to do his thing regardless, because he's actually doing his thing regardless. Even though he said he wasn't going to do it, he's online talking to the fake profile lady you created. You see what I'm saying? And on top of that, there's nothing wrong with you talking to other guys online because you guys are not together. Y'all aren't really, in a committed relationship. Until you and him sit down and say, hey, it's just going to be me and you, it's all fair game. But see, you're getting jealous because he's not paying you attention the way you want the attention to be paid to you. And now you're freaking out. You're like, oh my God, what's going on now? I got to make this fake profile and see what he's up to. And now I feel like, I caught him lying and all this other stuff. Now I'm not, and I'm not excusing him for lying. You understand? I just wanted you to understand why he's lying. Because if he was in a situation where you weren't sort of like giving off that energy where you're disapproving of him talking to other women, he wouldn't need to lie to you. He would just be like, hey, yeah, I'm going on the site. I might go out with somebody. I might, hang out this weekend, doing something else, but I'll see you next week. And with that feeling of that, situation being no pressure and just like, hey, we're just having fun or whatever, a lot of times what happens is, and I said this in the last video, I think, is that, if he sees there's no pressure and he's dating you and he's dating this other woman, most other women are going to be the ones giving him the pressure. And so if you're the one that's not giving him the pressure, guess who he's going to want to keep seeing and eventually want to be with? You. But he's not going to want to do that if you keep doing these things, trying to say, oh, well, are you going to see another person? Or, if you're going to see somebody, just let me know and I'll go. Why do you need to go just because he's seeing someone else? You guys are not in a committed relationship. So he can see somebody else and still see you. It doesn't have to be this all or nothing thing. It's only all or nothing when you guys decide that you guys are together, but you guys are not together, so you can still see him even though he's seeing other people. But see, what it is that you want him to treat you as a girlfriend, but you guys are not girlfriend and boyfriend yet. It doesn't work that way. You see what I'm saying? But in order to get to that girlfriend and boyfriend type of vibe, you need to chill out. You know what I mean? You have to chill out. You have to relax. You have to just enjoy that time you have with them, because this is what's going to probably happen. Let's say if he does date another woman and this woman understands that she should not pressure him, right? Because let's say he goes out with another girl and they get to talking and, they get into the conversation of relationships or whatever. And she's like, yeah, I'm just hanging out, having fun or whatever. And I'm, just seeing where things go. And let's say they get into the conversation of, him dating you. And this lady's like, oh, that's cool. You're dating other people. That's great. And he says, oh, I'm going to go see you, which is you. He's like, I'm going to go see so-and-so. And the other girl he's dating is like, oh, yeah, that's cool. Have fun. I'll see you later. Just hit me up whenever. You understand? And now he goes to see you. And when he sees you, it's pressure, 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 pressure. And he's like, oh my God, I'm exhausted. And he goes back to the other girl. And the other girl is freedom, freedom, freedom. She's not tripping. She don't care. She's like, yeah, do your thing. Right? And he goes back to you. Pressure, 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 pressure. And at some point, he's going to be like, you know what? Forget this. And then he's going to go back to that woman who was no pressure. And he's going to get with her. He's going to stay with her and he's going to keep seeing her. And he's going to run away from you because you keep giving him all this pressure. Right? Because if you have these feelings for him and you love him and all that other stuff, that's all cool. That's great, right? Ain't nothing wrong with that. But if you are acting this way, that's what's going to drive him away. You understand? See, the thing is, this is the problem where people talk about being in love and, oh, I love this person and I want to be with this person and everything like that. See, if we want to get deep with this, if you really love somebody, right? What you really want, you understand? And this is just like, it's because when you talk about love, it's so abstract, it's not anything that can be like, I don't think really defined specifically, but I'm just look at this perspective. If you love somebody, right, you sort of want them to, be in a good position. You want them to be happy. You want them to feel good. You want them to be in certain situations where they just feel great about things and the environment they're in or whatever. You want to be part of that situation that they're in to where they're feeling good. So, if he's at this point where he's like, look, I like hanging out with you, but I also might be seeing another person, or I might want to do this, or I might want to, watch TV, or what, I don't like Halloween. This is just who I am. Right? If you can accept that, You understand? If you can accept him how he is and where he's at, and he'll start to recognize that, right? And that's the thing that'll probably end up having him start to have feelings for you like that. Because he recognizes that you are respecting where he's at and what he's trying to do. And then therefore he's like, you know what? She's cool. I like what she's doing. I like this vibe we have, and let's make something else happen. But if you keep doing the pressure and all this other stuff, he's going to fall right into the hands of another chick who knows not to put that pressure on. You understand? And I know it's hard to sort of do because, you know, you're looking at it in the way where you sort of want him to treat you how you're expecting him to treat you at this moment, as far as him sort of calling you all, you know, every week, and you guys hanging out, you doing boyfriend and girlfriend type of stuff. Again, that could happen later, but he's not there yet. And the thing is, he may never get there. So the thing is, you got to actually even realistically just, you know, enjoy the moments you're having with him. Because he may never get there, not even necessarily with just you, but with other women. He may not just be, he might be just the type of guy at this point or this moment where he's not looking for any of that type of stuff really at this point. You understand? You never know. But again, he could be looking for that or could want that later on down the line, but that's only going to happen if you relax and stop putting that pressure on him. You understand? So again, until you guys decide, hey, we're boyfriend and girlfriend, all that other stuff that you're doing, you don't really need to do. You just need to chill, relax. He comes over your house, you go over his house, you hang out, you have some good sex, you eat some good food, you watch some movies, you just, you know, enjoy each other's company. And don't worry about him talking or interacting with other women. And you should not be worried about, you know, talking and interacting with other guys. You should do that if you want to. Don't feel guilty about that. You guys are not boyfriend and girlfriend. You guys have not made a specific commitment to each other. So since that is not the case, you guys are still free to do what you want to do with other people. And by you sort of like getting upset at him for doing that, you understand? And also, he shouldn't be getting upset at you for seeing other guys. I remember, I think in your last email, you said that he said to you, hey, go see other guys. So it seems like he's like, yeah, go do your thing. But again, you want him to say, no, girl, you know what? I just want you. I only want to be with you. I don't want anybody else. I want to be with you all day and all night and all. You understand what I'm saying? And now, again, that could happen, but it might happen later because he's not there yet. You see what I'm saying? Some guys will be there, you know, instantaneously. Some guys, it takes time. And for the guys where it takes time, the more pressure you're putting on, the less likely he's going to get to that point. You see what I'm saying? So, you know, you just got to understand that aspect. All right. So that's pretty much it. I'll just say, look, you know, just relax. Again, hang out with him. You know, do the things you guys been doing to have a good time. And do everything minus the pressure. Don't worry about him. Matter of fact, don't even ask him if he's seen other women. That should be none of your business. Don't even talk about that. Unless you and him actually want to have a conversation about that. Don't even talk about that. That's none of your business. Just when it's you and him, and y'all are having a good time, and that's that. All right? So that's pretty much it. Listen, if any of you have any questions, make sure you click the link below, and I will holler at you later. Remember, the truth is inside you. Peace. I'm gone.